the breath of life and a landmine. We've talked about the idea of these people that call themselves ultra-Christian, and how all you ever hear are their arguments from the Old Testament, which is weird to me, because if you're going to be a Christian, why would you speak the word of the Jew, the people that you've been trying to kill all these years, to eradicate a time before the axe has been placed in your hands at the roots of the rotted tree? It's an old way. You're supposed to kill it. Keep it around, learn from it. But they're using all these lines from the Old Testament, and what I see is the word of God can't exist if we take and interpret it any old way we want. You look at like Leviticus, I think it says something about how no matter how far along in the pregnancy a human child has no soul until it takes its first breath. It's the breath of life. This thing. You can exist outside of another person. Once you reach the point where you're not a parasite, you're acceptable as a human being. Maybe that's why they hate people that are on the fucking dole so much. They consider them parasites. They don't see them as real humans. They see them, this baby represents them. But for some reason, they want these people to die. To let this one live. It's the secret of longevity. Being able to hate together. All they need to do is be able to hate something, and everything's gonna be okay. So love this baby, this fetus, this parasite, until it takes its first breath, and then you can fucking hold shit against them. I just figured it out. And wow, something, Exodus says something about him not being fully human, and that the mother's life is more important at that time. So if they want to take from the Old Testament, pick things they want, well, why don't they pay attention to the shit? They're like me, just picking shit out of the Bible. There's a book, open it up, and oh, Psalms 46:10, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted amongst the heathens. I will be exalted within the earth. You can just pick lines that you like and say them a lot. And it's offensive. If it's offensive, it gets people's attention. That shit they're saying, drawn, even the stuff that they're using for themselves. They're like, gosh, this is really offensive. People get pissed off. Wow, we're being noticed. I'm somebody. But what it comes down to, in the eyes of God, he doesn't see these fetuses as souls. And so he doesn't care. I mean, when there's no room left in hell, the dead shall walk the earth, those without souls. Why is there no room left in hell? Because there's no room left in heaven. There's got to be some place for the people that just aren't so good. Otherwise, they're going to be all crammed in next to the rich people that did a good job, rich in mind, body, and spirit, all that shit. They're like, I don't want this fucker next to me. Send him to hell. To hell with you all. But even if God saw these fetuses, these, what do you say, feti? Fetty? Isn't that mean stink in French? Fetid? Fetty cheese? These fetuses, even if they do have souls, and we're going to get rid of the hell thing and not enough room in heaven. Well, God already owns these souls. These are already souls under the indentured servitude of God. He doesn't care if they live or die, they're still his. They're still souls. There's all kinds of room in heaven for aborted babies. And so we say, why would we want to overpopulate? You look at these people that are pushing for this, and you think, well, they've got their big pieces of property with gates. You know they appreciate their fucking space. Yet, once these babies keep popping out with everybody, not just the religion they're a part of, they're going to be crawling over the fence. There's going to be no room left for them. That's the thing. Somehow they're fucking it up. They're just trying to keep their babies fucking reproducing, you know, procreating, recreating. That's what it is. It's recreating their idea of what things are. It's upholding it. It's bringing it into a future way of speaking, which is based on the same garbled bullshit. The Mormons, they've got 4 wives. Why? I'm sure they're against abortion. And 4 wives? Because it was a small religion in the beginning. They need to populate their people with their memes, with their culturally inherited traits. They need to populate their people to have power. It's feudal bullshit. The Catholics, they've got their power because they had the money. And you know what? Just the same as that poor guy over there, Trump. Demon just got its wings. He didn't start with nothing. Roman Catholicism didn't start with anything. Paris Hilton, the Kardashians, they didn't start with nothing. They had something to fall back on. They could have fucked it up as much as they wanted, and they'd still be okay. Not everybody has that opportunity. The Catholics came from Rome. There was already money in it. But what they want is for you to fucking reproduce. They want you to have babies. My mother was going to get a Tubal ligation before I was born. And that's against the rules of the church. And my father, a good Catholic, was with it. He's like, I got 3 fucking kids running around. They're just in the way underfoot. They're not old enough to work. They're not old enough to help. And by the time they get old enough to help, they won't want to help anymore. 3 kids is already enough when you're struggling and working overtime your whole life and destroying your body to keep them alive and dying in pain when it's all over. And asking your 4th child once in a statement, I don't know why I did all this. They were going to go against Catholic rules. It was against the rules to have a tubal ligation, get your tubes tied, or wear condoms, or anything like that. The Catholic Church wasn't going to save me because you can just walk around it. They were getting it done, even though my dad was a believer. What saved me was my mom's want for another little girl. And she got me. They decided to hold it off. They'd have another little girl. But the Catholics say these things because they want to breed more. That's why it didn't take with me, this communion with the Catholic Church. I think somewhere underlying there, they could sense that I was not born because of them. I was born against them. They want to have more children to support their feudal system. It's little countries based on Zeus, based on Hades, based on all these old things. And they can fucking say anything they want in the process. Next thing you know, these guys are gonna suffer that are pandering to the wants, the desires, and the commands of the people that are giving them the money to stay in power. They're not leaders anymore. They're weaker than your smallest bum, the one that was able to creep through the gates and is living on your lawn because there are so many of us. We got nowhere else to go.